Here we go, apiary number 2, smoker. Yeah, that's going. Different hive tool, different apiary, clean hive tool. Very important, folks, bearing in mind that we looked like we had some sort of dysentery, or I don't know, just damp or something, some sort of gut problem with them. Not a good idea to use the same hive tool. So we'll just come down here and drop the brush on the floor so that I have to pick that up on the way back. I'll do a little inspection, take the covers off as I did up at the other apiary, and we'll see how we get on. All this fencing's got to be redone this year. For obvious reasons, you can't walk down the back easily, and this time of year it's easy, but in the seed. Oh, hello. So this is the 2023 queen. Looks like she's going at a pace. There's her daughter in there. Listen to that lovely noise. Pollen going in. Guard bee coming out to see who I am. The blooming human's in the way again. What's going on in here? This is the golden lot. There, look, charging around. There is a bit of a chill in the wind down here, so I'm not going to mess about. You can see there's quite a few bees coming in. There's one with pollen on. We can see her. I think she's gone. So they're finding something. There might be some crocuses out, or it's too early for daffodils. They're having a good chat, aren't they? Girls like a nice chat. Right, not going to mess around, just going to turn the video off, get the covers off for that one, and then we'll start again. Right, here we go. Apiary number 2, still 13 degrees, February the 22nd, 2025. A little bit of smoke treatment and we'll dive in and see what's going on. I don't know why you keep getting so far away. You might as well get a look. Maybe number 2. No, too much. Yep, that'll do. Actually, if I lower this slightly, but none of you will see it. There we go. That might be more better. There you go. So we get on with that. Look at that. Great stuff. So they've had a good munch on this and not touched that, so not a lot of laying activity by the sounds of it, or whatever, but let's just quickly check the floor and see how we go from there. Yeah, you can just see a cluster there. Yeah, not very big, but good enough. Come in, slug. Right, girls. If there are a few more bees, what you could do is to turn that entrance round there. I'll show you that in a minute, but look at all that pollen coming in. Can you see that? There's loads of orange pollen coming in there. Look at them. There you go, look, there's one at the top. Right there. There were a whole load just a minute ago coming in with orange pollen. Stunning. There you go, ladies. Oh, it's alright. Someone got caught. Quite a few. Well, get off the lid then. That's better. Don't like that noise at all. I don't and they don't. Yeah, I'll show you at the end. This entrance block has got a 3 centimetre and a 5 centimetre, so you can just turn it over like that and reverse it, and that would be one way of getting more air into there. But I'm not going to do it now, just in case the weather turns cold again. I'd rather they were warm than highly ventilated at this time of year, but maybe next time will be definitely time to turn it over for all of them. Next one. Tiniest bit of smoke, boys and girls. Strangely, you get better results with that. Right. There you go. See, there's a fair bit of mould around the base, around the side there, which I don't like, and I'm not going to do this next year. It's this is not as good as it was previously. So same routine. We'll have a look at the floor. Oh, that's helpful. A bit of plastic snapped. I bet you're worrying about that. A lot of lads are worrying about that. I don't need to teach you how to use a brush, but really I'm just cleaning around and getting as much rubbish off as I can while I'm going. So this has got a lot of weight. Oh, plenty of bees in there. Plenty. Excellent. They're heavy. Struth. All right, they're buzzing, mate. And you can just see how that floor, because there's more bees in here, that floor's quite clear, but the top isn't, which is annoying. So that's going to need a brush as well. This weighs a ton. They're not short of food. They clearly like the stimulus of the other stuff. Right. I'm just going to scrape this lid off and brush it. There you go. Maybe I'm not so bad at housework after all. Maybe not. Right. Two packets for these lucky ladies, because I got through two before. The danger of doing this is I've only got one packet left, and if the colony next door needs two, I'm going to have to come back in here and raid this colony, because it's about a 4-mile drive home. Anywho, not much exciting today, folks. It's not really that time of year for anything exciting. It's just showing you each step of the way, so you've got a reference point if you're just starting, or this is your second year, or even if you're just observing because you're just interested in whether you even want to try. This is what you have to go through. Right. On to the next one. Somebody's left a load of junk there. I've lost my tool. I've lost my tool. Ah, that's why the ladies fly off. Right, got it. So, not a bad day down here. Lost one up at the other place, but they might still survive. It's unlikely, but they just might. It's a funny old game, beekeeping. You just have to stick with it. Right. So they're only just starting on that. Look, there's a few bees down the side. So they're not... They've either got plenty of grub in there, still got to have a look at the floor, but I'm not unduly concerned about them. Let me join you around the front here. did promise you I'd show you how those boxes work, and I will do that, but as a separate video, because when you're beekeeping you just have to crack on with it. Oh wow, what a difference. That is utterly magnificent. That is exactly what you'd like to see, almost textbook, if there is such a thing. That is brilliant. Look at that lot. That colony, it weighs a ton. I'm just going to brush this off a little bit so I don't have to do it next time if it's raining. Simply lovely. Delightful. You can hear the noise. They're clearly not impressed with that. I'm going to give them this packet anyway. Just because there's a lot of bees in there. There's also a lot of stores. Right, they're not impressed with that, as you can hear. Don't be scared of them, boy. That's what my mentor said to me. They're upset, but they're not angry. You've just wrecked their home for a minute. There you go. That's the last colony. So we'll put them all together and have a recap at the end. All the covers on. We'll just see what noise they're making. They've gone home because there's some food. Okay. Now, the smell, you can't smell that, but if you can see there, all the bees have got their back ends facing out. And there's a bee just landed on me right here. But that is called the Nasnoff gland, and it emits a pheromone that tells the bees that are out flying where the entrance to the colony is. And that's, you see that a lot in the summertime at night when they're calling them in, but it's a good opportunity to see it now and listen to it. I'm not sure who Nasnoff was. Maybe have been a Russian, I'm not sure. Anyway, he was a beekeeping or entomologist, and he observed this behaviour and wondered what it was. And all these bees here, all of those, there's a smell outside the hive. You can actually smell it because there's a lot of them doing it. There's a gland at the back of their abdomen, and it's emitting a pheromone, and it's basically saying, look girls, this is where we are if you're lost, because they know that a few bees have gone when I cleaned the hive out, so they're calling them back in. And there's a few here on the floor, look, he says. There, you can just see them crawling around. So in a minute they'll get up and fly. There's another one coming in. There you go, there's one come up. And they know there, they can smell it there. There's all the detritus from the floor, and there's the hive entrance. So that's what they're doing, and you can see a lot of them are this golden colour, like this one right there. See how she's golden? That golden colour is a distinct marker of Italian bees. So someone round here, not me, has got Italian bees that these queens are bred with, and now the kids are coming out golden colour from the Italian influence. So yeah. Oh, I was going to explain, there's the little 3 centimetre door there, and there's a 5 centimetre door. So all you've got to do is unscrew those two things, flipperoo round, and you make the entrance slightly bigger, but the actual hole in the summer is about 12 centimetres wide. That plate covers it all. So basically at that height it goes all the way across that entrance, or the tunnel, into the hive. Okay.